Here we go. Forest are back on the grass tomorrow, and this squad is looking really thin. Welcome to your Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news. Coming up in this episode, I'm going to talk you through the Forest squad, just how thin it is. Don't worry, I've got some graphics to show you guys, and it doesn't look very filled out. We'll talk about the players who are currently available for Nuno, and those ones and why they're going to be missing. We'll talk about potentially the team we're going to see against Chesterfield, and with this video, you should be able to start to see the holes where Nuno might be wanting to fill them out with some new players coming in. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, as we are well on the road to 20,000 subscribers. And don't forget, these are going like hotcakes right now. Signed, framed Mr. Anderson boots. Beautiful prize. Already half the tickets have gone. Make sure you go and grab yours now, and if you hit ticket number 140, you instantly win Callum Hudson-Odoi shirt, or Cisco as the boys are calling him. So let me know if you do win that. Go grab your ticket, scan the QR code, or look at the pinned comments down below. Okay, so as I mentioned, this squad is looking very thin, and I want to start by showing you guys just how thin it currently looks. Now, in essence, it's not as bad as I'm making out currently here. It's just not what we're used to over the last 2 seasons, with about 40 odd players, with a bunch of kids and everything else involved. So let's go and have a look at the current squad as things stand at time of recording, and let's take the first graphic. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the class of 23-24. Yeah, it's pretty thin, isn't it? I wasn't over-exaggerating, was I? Normally, like, there's players hiding behind me here. There's a full team down the other columns as well. This is what we've got. Now, when you count them, it's not as bad as it seems. Obviously, 11 on the pitch, plus the 6 on one side, that gives you 17, plus the 4 on the other. That brings it up to 21. And this is what we've been telling you about Nuno since he's come into Forest. This is the size of squad he wants to play with. Now, this squad is definitely going to get thinner and then increase again. I fully expect Turner to be gone. I fully expect Worrell to go. And then I think we will get 2 to 3 more players, because Nuno's max will be about 22 that he wants to play with. Now, don't forget, we'll also have the youth players available for this game, so we'll see plenty of names on there as well. But this really is the squad we've got. I just want to talk through a couple of players that are not available, and that's quite easy. That's going to be Sells, because he's obviously been away at the Euros. He's now on holiday. He hasn't reported back in for Forest yet. And Matt Turner, who is away at the Copa America. They went out as well, but he's now got his holiday break. This is a stark contrast from what we saw in January, when pretty much the whole squad went to AFCON. But that has benefited us now, that we will have the core and the majority of the squad available from the start of pre-season. And this isn't going to be like the first season when we came up, where players were still coming in every 5 minutes until the window closed. We've now got a decent core, and that actually quite excites me, because it's the first time we would have seen that. But off the back of this squad, let me know the team you would go with against Chesterfield. I'm about to show you mine, so get that in the comments down below. Okay, so let me run you through the team. It's not really the team I would go with, but because it's a pre-season, this is roughly what I think we will see. Now, let me bring it out and then I'll talk you guys through it. So I'm bringing in the big man, Andre the Giant, straight in goal. Miguel goes in. I'm going to go with Einar, Murillo, Omar Bamadeli and Williams as the back 4, with Sangare and Yates as the 6 and the 8, Morgan Gibbs-White, Elanga, Taiwo and Callum Hudson-Odoi there, making up my 11. Now let me just quickly run you through this. This is nowhere near what I think our opening 11 will be against Bournemouth. Actually, there's a decent amount that will make it. But there's a few standouts. Miguel kind of has to come in unless Nuno's going to play one of the youth keepers in, because Hennessy's gone, Sells isn't there, and nor is Matt Turner. So by de facto, I think we're going to see the main man, Carlos Miguel, coming straight in, which is actually quite exciting. Now, his headache's probably going to be in and around those fullback positions because Tuffalo is available and fit. You got Einar, you got Williams, and you got Eric De Silva, the new boy, who plays at right back and can play at right wing as well. But I think long term, he's going to be a right back. But I like this, and I would go with Einar and Williams as the fullbacks. I've dropped Bolly. Now, again, remember I said to you, it's probably going to be wholesale changes at half time. So, like, this, it is what it is. But I don't want to see Bolly playing too much in the preseason. I want to see him build up to full match fitness towards the end of the preseason, because I worry that he is going to get injured. At the moment, him and Murillo, for me, are the starting partnership. But I do like Omar Bamidele quite a bit. And I think we may see a lot of him during this preseason. Now, this is going to be the most important preseason for one player in particular, and that's going to be Sangare. We've all said it, or the majority of us have said it, he needs a preseason under his belt. He needs to get to the right pace, the right fitness. He's had all kinds of illnesses. He's been away for the AFCON. He's not had an easy first season. And I still, irrespective of what you lot say in the comments, I still think he will come good for us. And I'm going to pair him with Yates. Now, Yates definitely doesn't get into my starting 11, but I do have a feeling he may get the captain's armband and therefore will start. But that could potentially go to Morgan Gibbs-White. But I think, I don't know, we'll have to see on that one with Nuno. And then I think the front three currently will pick itself because we're quite thin there. You could probably see Elanga tagged out at halftime. Maybe bring Eric De Silva as a right winger, see what he's got with his pace. Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's got to play on the left side for me. And then I'm not sure about the strikers. I think probably I go with Taiwo, but I'm not 100% sure on what his fitness is like. Therefore, it just might be one we have to wait and see on. Chris Wood has reported back. He's fit and available for pre-season as well. But this is what I'd go with. Do you guys agree or not? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so something we haven't yet fully talked about is the new boy, Mr. Anderson, Elliot Anderson, who came from Newcastle. I don't think he starts him straight away. I think he brings him on in the second half or halfway through the second half. Obviously, I'd quite like to see him. But I think what Nuno might do, and what Nuno should do, and what Nuno needs to do, is play with formations. He has his Plan A formation, which for the majority of the season was the 4-2-3-1, which I quite like. But I would like to see Forest develop a 4-3-3 formation and a 3-5-2 formation as well. Test them all out during pre-season. That's the way I personally would go about it. So in the second half, I'd ring the changes a little. I'd probably change most of that midfield. I'd take Yates off, I'd take Sangare off, and I'd take Morgan Gibbs-White off, and I'd go for a more robust three in the middle with Anderson, Danilo, and Dominguez as the three. By the way, what do you lot think of Dominguez's hair? Let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on our socials. And then in terms of the back there, I still wouldn't want to bring Bolly on early, but he's going to need some minutes. So I can see him coming on maybe halfway through that second half. And then probably Tuffalo on for Einar. And then I'd also bring De Silva on for Elanga just to see what he's got, or maybe Nico Williams. Either way, it wouldn't matter. But this would be an interesting formation to see. How do they play out with it, etc. And then obviously Taiwo and Wood can interchange. Now, the other thing we know Nuno does is he has played previously with two up front. And maybe during this pre-season, we will see Taiwo and Wood both playing at the same time. Well, being fit at the same time would be a good start. But I am excited to just see the boys back out on the pitch, really. And I'm looking forward to the ideas Nuno comes up with. As I said, I still do expect maybe some kids to start. We did that last pre-season with Powell playing at left back. He looked really good. We had the youngster keeper who's now gone. He didn't look too bad either. So I expect some of those to be blooded in as well. But with most of the core of the team currently available and currently at, the training ground and in Nottingham, I think why not just hit the ground running and let's start to build some momentum through this pre-season. But do you guys agree with my thoughts on this or not? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, normally here I'd make predictions on the game and the score and everything else, but I don't really care what the score is. I'm just intrigued to know how Nuno's going to go about this game. And obviously I want Forest to win. I always do. But the scoreline doesn't matter. What I want to see is patterns of play, chemistry between the players, structure, high pressing, things like that. Look, it probably won't be seeing it in the first game. First game of a preseason is always just a knock around at the park. So let's take it all with a pinch of salt. And let's not use the phrase minutes in legs. Ugh. Anyway, we will have the watch along for this game, as I mentioned earlier, so make sure you tune in with us tomorrow. The watch alongs are back, Forest are back. Everything is just how it should be right now in the world. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, and don't forget to get your team in down below. Now you know who's available and everything else. Looking forward to seeing what you guys think. We'll see you on the watch along tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.